running, we could tell them the secret about what you used to say to me. Gary, go do what you do best with your feet on the ground. Don't tell me.
That's true.
Just get them, just get power to them, get them over there, and boy, we do it.
I know, you really work hard, always do.
Yeah, we do. But anyway, so we have a proclamation for Jane. And by the way, I was reading this. I'm like, my God, when was she ever home? So I'm like totally blown away, Jane, by everything you've done for Warren. The residents, we are so indebted to you. They have no idea what you've done for us. I mean, it brings a tear to my eye because when I think about what we've done, Anthony Collins and all these storms and people out of power, no water with wells, me bringing generators,
Oh, yeah.
to people's homes on the oxygen machines and ice, getting a truckload of ice to people putting medicine in. Boy, I wasn't home either for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Several different.
You are unbelievable. And without your leadership, I'm telling you, and you're always so calm, which is, it's hard to believe when, when thousands of people are calling us on the hotline, So I want to read this, and boy, it's just amazing how touched I am and how indebted I am for my family, and I'm sure everyone else's family here, what you've done for us. So this proclamation is, whereas that Jane, that the Asch family moved to Warren in 1986, and Jane worked as a very successful stage designer and scenic artist for the United Scenic Artists in New York City. Whereas it was a long before Jane became a township volunteer for 20 plus years. Became an EMT volunteer. She was a Warren Township Rescue Squad leader's position, captain president, first lieutenant, vice president, crew chief from 89 to 2009. And I remember when she was crew chief, I was in the tow truck for many times.
That's right.
And there wasn't a lot of help, so it would be not uncommon. Gary, we need a hand, giving us a hand with the stretcher. Gary, go, And so, yeah, we go way back. Now I'm thinking, oh my gosh. And she was also a life member in 2010 to present, which is amazing. Whereas Jane became Warren Township Office of Emergency Management Deputy Coordinator from 2000 to 2009, and then Warren Township Office of Emergency Management Coordinator from 2010 to present, which we had our hands full from 2010 to present. Jane Asch is a team builder. She coordinates with fire, rescue, police, CERC, and had led OEM through Hurricane Sandy, Irene, and Superstorm Ida. Jane Asch was awarded the 2018 Outstanding Emergency Management Program from Somerset County, was awarded also the Planning Chief of Somerset County Search and Rescue Team from 2007 to present, a cardiopulmonary resuscitation CPR instructor from 1990 to 2013. I took the course with you. Community Emergency Response Team, CERC, Red Cross Disaster Service volunteer, and shelter management. And remember, did the shelter at the high school. That was pretty rough on us. It wasn't I had to go for a while. She said, I was crying. I didn't know what to do with all the people, but she was calm, and kept on moving, and we were setting up cots and blankets. It was pretty tough. Jane was awarded in 2005 the BLS Volunteer of the Year, presented by the New Jersey State Department of Health and Senior Services, Office of Emergency Medical Services, and the Mayor and Township Committee of Warren presentation. Therefore, be it resolved that the Township Committee of the Township of Warren extends their sincerest appreciation for all the benefits that the Township of Warren and its residents receive from the selflessness of leadership of Jane and her exemplary dedication to our community. Signed by Victor Sardillo, our mayor. It's not to bring tears because we've been in the mud with this for such a long time.
Yeah, we have.
And we also have something for you
From the Township Committee.
Oh, that's gorgeous, thank you. Oh, thank you.
And Jane, please, would you say a few words
Yeah, I do. I just want to make sure I thank people. This is a team effort.
Yes.
As Gary has said, this isn't just talking about some of the things we did. You don't do it alone. Everybody works together. Everybody tries and, we couldn't do it just one of us. So I would just like to do some things, and it's my opportunity to thank some of these people for 33 years. And I'm gonna start with my husband. My husband, yes.
We do thank you.
He does it too. I mean, and also my kids, David, Laura, and Andy, they're watching right now, and my goddaughters, Amy and Molly, and the other kids, Pat, Maddie, Max, and the granddaughters here. So all of the disrupted holidays, the running out in the middle of the night, the cutting the vacation short, all the first responders know about these kind of things. So they put up with me through all these years. So I love you all and thank you very much. They're watching the video. So also I want to thank the Township Committee because you all are the leaders here. We couldn't have done it without you. Yolanta, you always listened to me. You came back. Thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you. I know Mick isn't here, but George and Mick, I don't. The pandemic, those 2 years were some of the roughest I've ever been through. Really did a good job leading, always calm, trying to get us through it all. And Kevin Sumner, there's a blessing somewhere from Kevin Sumner, our health officer, for everything he did. He worked hard. You need to give him one of these too.
Yeah, I will.
All right, please do that. And then Vic and Gary, I don't know where to begin because I've been on the squad since 1989. So there's Floyd, there's 9/11, there's Sandy, and then there's
9/11.
I know we did 9/11. There's the Ida, the Irene, and with those once we start rolling around the hurricanes in the eye, you guys watch out, okay? Because we're going to get ECAs, we're going to get those. Some rough setting up as Gary just went through, setting up the shelters and the power stations and trying to get food to people. We learned a lot on all of that, and you guys were always there on the ground. Gary on the ground, and of course everybody. So it's always Vic, we need to figure out how to get this, and Vic could do that. So just thank you for all the support all these years. And I want to thank a special recognition to an unsung hero, Mark Crane. Okay, Mark, thank you. We are so lucky to have your experience. We are so lucky I was so lucky to have you helping me along the way on everything, and you put up with me. I'm sure I drove you crazy. God knows how many times. So thank you, Mark. Really, So he's really the best. So thank you, Mark. We're very lucky. This town is lucky to have somebody of your intelligence and experience. So thank you. I also want to thank my OEM deputies, Yi Yao, who is been amazing with the information that she does. She runs a Facebook page. She is just brilliant at it, getting the information to the residents. Rob Ferraro is here this evening. I leave you in extremely good hands of Rob Ferraro. He has worked hard. He's driven. He will make you forget all about me in no time. And of course we have Brandon Sebastian, who has come on in the last year and has already done God knows how many hours of work and training so he could come up and join us, and God bless you because you need it. And then the OEM staff. I have the most amazing OEM staff who came up through CERT, and I'll get to CERT in a minute. But they've been in there running the EOC. The CERT team comes in and runs the EOC. They open the shelters. They do everything. But the OEM staff is in the EOC, Emergency Operating Center, answering the phones. All right. So I just want to Lynn Nikashian, wave your hand. Lynn runs the Register Ready. We have, and I'm going to say it, we have one of the most best Register Ready, the most members on it in the county, and a lot of that's due to Lynn taking care of our disabled and senior population. We have Lisa Carcino's not here. She runs our shelters. She is trained. Great job. Yep, she's trained all of our CERT members. She made sure that they had Red Cross training. I want to thank David Dietz and David Green, who are not here. David Dietz does our IT. David Green is the EOC officer. These people have all annexes on our emergency operating plan. And there's Yi. I didn't see Yi. Yi, raise your hand. Yi is an amazing deputy. So thank you, Yi, for all you've done. And again, putting up with me over these years. So we have an amazing staff, and then I'm gonna get to the CERT team. We had the first CERT team in Somerset County. We still have the best CERT team in Somerset County, the most active. We are a leader to show the other CERT teams how to work, and that's because of Andy Logan, CERT team captain. Wave your hand, Andy. We are so lucky to have these people, and with deep gratitude. A lot of these, all of them have been doing volunteer work for 15, 20 years. You know, so and nobody knows what they're doing, so, you know, I know, so that they're really
The unsung
great.
heroes.
Really unsung heroes. Another unsung heroes, Department of Public Works.
Yes.
Doug Burrow and his team, they work so hard. I don't know, the endless nights and the exhaustion that they do. Then I'm gonna say the rescue squad. I think some of my most closest points of humanity has been working with the years running with the rescue squad. When when you're with people on the worst day of their lives and you get to go try and make it better, no matter what, if I'm having a lousy day, if I did a squad call, to be able to help another human being always made me feel better, right? They need volunteers. Contact the rescue squad if you want to be closer to God, you know, in terms of helping other human beings. Join our rescue squad. Also, our fire department, Mark Russo, who was chief, but very experienced, great human being, known him since high school. We have an absolute finest, the finest of the fire department. I can't tell you many times I've seen them run into burning buildings. I've seen them go into carbon monoxide buildings. I've seen them do extrication, and they're exceptional people who go out and go into burning buildings. And of course, I will never forget the police department. You always had my back. You know, my gracious appreciation to all that you've done over all these years. I've seen you get the bad guys, but I've also seen you get down on the ground with a little old lady to hold her hand, CPR. I've seen you stay with people, again, on some of the worst days of their lives to bring them comfort. We have an extraordinarily group of first responders, fire, police, rescue squad, DPW, CERT. I'm very lucky to have been part of it. And I think I took up 2 or 3 minutes. It's time to go. All right, so thank you.
We'd like to get a quick picture of all your staff behind you.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be-
Come on,
Oh,
guys.
come on,
And
sir.
can we get